Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And a salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this was sent to me. This TikTok video was sent to me, and it's this so-called Dominican woman who was really from the tribe of Simeon, explaining how she's been racially profiled, and in the world that we live in, that merely if you even fit the look, you're going to be persecuted. Nobody is going to ask you what your nationality you are. If you fit the profile, then these things will befall you. And basically, she's talking about the curses. Because you have to remember that because we disobeyed Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he said that when you go to actually I always get Deuteronomy 28, but I'm gonna get Leviticus this time. We're gonna go into that one. Leviticus 26 and 15, and it says, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgment, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror. Don't we live in terror around the world where we're scattered? Are we not in terror? When we drive and we see the police behind us, we're like, oh shit. Even if it's for a brief moment, our hearts are like, oh my goodness. Man, I hope this devil don't try to pull nothing slick. I hope they don't pull me over. That's terror. Okay, it says consumption and the burning aggie that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And this, what this woman is explaining, or what you'll soon see that she is explaining, is a sorrow of heart for being discriminated here in America due to the fact of the way she looks. She just fits the look. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And as we always say, you just can't judge a person by the way they look or because they have melanin or they don't have melanin. We always talk about how we base and judge who is an Israelite according to the house of their fathers and the spirit. Okay? And to prove that, we're going to go to Romans, the 8th chapter. Was it 16? Yep, Romans 8 and 16. It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And you know how my spirit bears witness with this woman, and that I know that she's an Israelite, because she's talking about the curses. All Israelites will go through the curses. It doesn't matter how they look. When you read the curses, it didn't say, well, if you look so-called white, or if you have straight hair, or if you have curly hair, or if you look like an Arab or so-called Chinese person, that the curses won't fit you. You have to look like the stereotypical Israelite. No, it did not say that. The scripture clearly said that if you are a Israelite, and you disobey the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the curses will be upon you, as I just read. So this sister right here is an Israelite. And as I said before, she's not Dominican. She's from the tribe of Simeon, which is the second way how we judge who is an Israelite and who is not an Israelite. 1 and 22. And it says, of the children of Simeon by the generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them according to the number of the names by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. See, so this is how we judge who's the Israelite, according to the spirit and the house of their fathers, not by how you look. Because if you look at this sister right here, I mean, of course, in bad Uncle Esau's eyes, they're going to think she's black, even though she's not black. She's clearly a light brown complexion. But this sister is an Israelite through her spirit and through the house of our father. And the mere fact that she's talking about the curses is even more of a reason why this chick is an Israelite. She's not black. She's not Dominican. She's from the tribe of Simeon. Let's continue.
I got racially profiled, and when I almost got shot by a cop, he did not ask me, are you Dominican? He did not ask me, what is your race? He looked at me and assumed I was a black woman in America. So I want you to look at yourself right now in the mirror and come to your fucking senses. Because nobody is going to sit here and ask you, oh, what are you? Before they pull the trigger. No one is going to ask you, what is your nationality before they pull that trigger? Dominicans are black. And instead of running away from our black...
Well, as I said before, Dominicans are not black. Nobody's black. Okay, we're all different shades of brown, whether it be from the lightest brown to the crunchiest brown. Okay? We are not black. And for those who may not fit the so-called pigmentation type, as I said before, that means nothing. Because you have many Israelites who look like bad Uncle Esau, who look like the so-called Arabs and the Chinese. But as I said before, that's not an indicator of who is and who is not an Israelite. The indicator of who is and who is not an Israelite is through the Spirit and the house of the Father. You are not black, sister. You are a daughter of Zion from the tribe of Simeon. Let's continue.
Blackness, at a time like this, we need to embrace that shit. Because that is...
No, we do not need to embrace blackness. All right? Blackness is the whole reason why we've been getting jacked up over here. We need to embrace the light. And to prove that, let's go to John, the 8th chapter. And is it John 8 and... John 8 and... John 8 and 12. And it says, then spake Yahushua again. And it's not sweet baby J. That's the thing, Dominican, especially the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. It's a lot of our Israelites who got that bad. But then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. You have to remember, King David said, thy word is a lamp unto my feet. What is a lamp? An instrument that shines light. So we do not need to embrace our blackness. We need to embrace the light, which is embracing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, let's continue.
The only thing that's gonna get us through these times. The only difference between me and a Haitian, me and a Jamaican, me and a Cuban and a Puerto Rican is a boat. Is a boat stop.
Now, it's funny, she said the only difference between all these different tribes is a boat stop, but at the same time, that really means that you all are the same. And to prove that, we're going to go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and the 68th verse, where it says, "And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." Because she said the only difference is a boat stop, but the boat stop proves that you all are the same. We all went into captivity. The scripture says all of us will go into captivity. Our kings, our princes, our sons, our daughters, everybody is going into captivity. And it says, let me read this again. "And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again." That's Israel. "And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." All right? Because you have to remember that the slave trade wasn't just from Africa to America and back. See, that's what many of these books would have you to believe, but that's only half of the truth. Because you know, bad Uncle Esau don't like to deal with 100% truth. The 100% truth is that there was a triangular slave trade. Okay? You had our Northern Kingdom brothers, okay, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans. They were going over to Spain and Portugal. And then those ships would come over to Africa and get slaves, bring them to the islands. Then they go back to America, then back to Europe, then back to Africa. That's why when you read old books, they call it the triangular slave trade. So, see, there really is no difference because we all went into slavery through cargo slave ships by the so-called white man with the help of the other nations. So that's all I wanted to say on this.
When I got racial,
And I just thought it was a very interesting video uh, from this young sister who, by the way, I have claimed for Camp Cupparath. But nonetheless, it was a very interesting segment. So it just goes to show you that, hey, man, we all catching the flux. And as the scripture said, we're not going to get out of this until Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai comes back. Don't matter how you look, don't matter how much money you got. Hey, we all going to be catching the flux. As the scripture said, we just got to wait on the Lord. But this was an interesting video to highlight and profile. So I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say Shalom.